I have to tell, what do I do if this and that doesn't work at my current company. I went through everything, and at least like 3 times, over and over again, over and over again. I was talking to God about it quite often, asking him, is it really your will? Is it really your will? And somehow everything led to it. Every single thing that I did led to the fact that I could just go. It was like the door was open, you know? I didn't have any issues with visa or citizenship, like my passport, because my citizenship is German. So I didn't have any issues with that. I didn't have any issues with the money. I didn't have any issues with people. I didn't have any issues with my workplace. I didn't have like, what's it called when you have this 3 months notice?
Garden leave.
Yeah, garden leave.
No. It's your notice.
It's a notice,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, so normally it's like, in Germany at least, you have to give 3 months notice. So in Ireland, I was like, the next month I could just leave, and not even the next month. I had a lot of holidays still to take. So I took the holidays, and really what left was maybe 10 days or something. So I was just coming to work and wasting my time basically because I had to go there. And but it was so easy. It was so easy for me to come. And at the end of the day, everything was just fell into place. It was like a puzzle that, you know, matched finally. And here I was after I actually came here so often. I came here like 6 times or something. Since the very first day that I came for the HMT and the anniversary, I came so often because I used to be, well, I can say in my nature, maybe something I acquired in Germany, that I was just so, I'm always so skeptical. I'm not easily convinced about things unless it's very logical. It makes a lot of sense, and you know, so it wasn't something that was just like, for me, you know, the feelings were not enough. Just feeling amazing coming here and thinking, oh my God, this is amazing. Pastor Sunday is so amazing, and the people here are so amazing. It wasn't enough of a conviction for me to say, I'm just going to go. I'm going to leave everything behind. Not because I was so bound to what I had, but just because I have to believe in something, you know, to stand for it, to like fight for it, and to be like, this is it. So it took me a few times, but it was worth it at the end of the day.
Okay, on that, I would like to say I didn't even come here once prior to coming here to
Can you
live.
imagine the total opposite?
Totally two opposite people here. I had never been to Ukraine before in my life, and all my conversation with Dr. Sunday had been on the phone, which is, well, not phone, and Skype, and also watching him live on Facebook. So I don't know what Ukraine looks like. I don't know what to expect. I'd never been to his house before. I just asked. I just said, Dr. Sunday, this was in January. So it was 26th of December that I thought, oh, let me go to this place, because Dr. Sunday was teaching on that day that if you don't decide about 2017 and make a decision, right? The key word there was decision. It's just going to be the same like 2016. And, you know, I had a good job. I was a project manager, but I'm starting to kind of realize different things, and my eyes are open from Dr. Sunday's teaching. I wasn't content with just living and just being and just living for myself. But it wasn't a big deal. In any case, it wasn't something that I was, you know, so worried about. I thought with time I was going to develop and be a better person. But that 26 was just like, okay, my decision is, I made that decision even before the program ended. I said, yes, I'm going to go to Ukraine. I'm going to ask him. He's always talking about he's got several rooms. So let me see if he's got room. Let me see if he's got room for me. But something said to me, you know, just wait until the end of December, you know, in January, then tell him. And see also if you would change your mind. You know, that if there's a possibility that I'll change my mind. Because people always say you should sleep on something before you make a decision. So my sleeping on it would have been from the 26th of December to January. And I didn't get to
5 days.
Yeah. I didn't get to talk to Dr. Sunday until, I don't know, I think it's probably 3rd or 4th of January. And he was just like, I just said to him, oh, Dr. Sunday, I decided to come and live there with you. And he said, yeah, no problem. I was like, okay. Are you going to think about it? Did you hear what I said? I said, I am leaving UK to come and live with you in your surrounding and work until, stay with you, learn, develop myself until we go to Nigeria, until the Nigerian Transformation Project. So are you okay with that? And he just said, yeah, no problem. That's fine. Just like that. He said, like, just blasé, just quite easy about it. So that was it. And that was the end of the story for me. I just decided, I just need to pack. So I'm not like Juliet, or I'd never seen Ukraine. I've never been here before. I didn't come for anything, HMT, nothing. I'd only known Dr. Sunday from April to that December. So that was a period that I've known him through online. And that was it. And I still think some people can't believe it, but I can't believe it because
it's so crazy. Even I, seriously, I'm thinking I get why you're here because I'm here too, right? Mm-hmm. And seeing the gift and the treasure that is just here, and I'm just thinking if anybody else out there, has that same craving and is wondering, oh my God, come, Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, you've not even been here.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, you're crazy. I'm not crazy because I went through all these things and I have people who tell me I'm crazy. I would be like, no, I'm not crazy. I knew what I was going for.
You need to meet another crazy person. Yeah, I actually think, if I think back on it, I think I'm crazy, but I wouldn't do it any other way. I think I just do things in the way that I am comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And I was comfortable with every decision. Nobody pressured me. Nobody asked me to do anything. It was just something that I wanted to do. I was convinced I wanted to be of value. It was important to me. I wanted to be of value to Dr. Sunday because I felt like Dr. Sunday was giving a lot out for free and willingly. And I really do want to live a life like that. I want to discover myself to be somebody that lives selflessly as well, because I wasn't satisfied with living selfishly. I live very selfishly. I have my own things. I do my own things. I go to where I want to go. I live basically for myself. And in doing that, I wasn't satisfied anyway until I started reading Dr. Sunday's books and watching Dr. Sunday on the live program. So it wasn't a decision. It wasn't difficult for me. It was like the alternative was, I have the things that I needed. I have everything that I wanted. And I was still not in that like massive satisfaction. So hence,
did you find the satisfaction here?
Yes, somebody
yes,
yeah. I saw it from here that
okay.
Somebody asked if I found satisfaction here. I think so. For me, I found satisfaction here. I'm doing what I want to do, which is to come to support Dr. Sunday and also develop myself. And believe me, I am overdeveloping myself in terms of stretching. I'm discovering new things about myself. I'm discovering things that I need to change about myself that is not very good. And it is very painful, but I have an understanding. I have the maturity now to deal with these things. If I was in the environment that I was in, I wouldn't change or develop myself or even understand or even take any note of this. And I think that I would be a poor quality person as an individual. And I didn't want to be a poor quality person. I wanted to be a very high quality person, not just for myself, for everybody, for the world, for everybody around me or anyone that encounters me. I want them to have quality, not quantity, not just like, hey, here's a pretty face or here's another woman. I just didn't want to just be another woman or another person, even at that, or another black girl or another black woman. I just didn't want to be that. And I saw that Dr. Sunday had something. And one way or the other, if I come to that environment, maybe I could also develop that something as well in myself.
Yeah, that's well said. I actually agree with that because this environment just forces you to change. You don't have another option other than choosing not to. I mean, at the end of the day, everything you do is your choice, right? So I have noticed that it is based on things happen based on what you choose. And I have been, like, for Maiwa, for example, she came, like she said, she came here, because she wanted to give back. She also wanted to grow. And she got more than that, far more than that. For me, I was thinking I wanted to learn, I wanted to learn and I wanted to serve. But I also wanted to heal, because there was so much that like every one of us has their stories, right? And we all are somehow broken inside or have some things that happened in our lives that affected us. Maybe we never faced those things. And for me, the first time in my life, I found a place where I was able to heal properly and in the way that was also tailor-made for me. Because, some people go to a therapist and then that helps them. Some people go, I don't know, maybe even have relationships. I don't know. Some people do different things. And these are the things that help them to heal. For me, this is the place for me that helped me to heal first and foremost. I don't think I'm fully healed yet. I think I'm still in the process. But I think, or I know for sure that this is for me the place to do these things, to fully heal, to fully serve, and to fully become myself. And I've noticed that I've become myself so much because I didn't actually know myself. When I came here, I didn't realize that I didn't know who I was, to the extent that I actually wasn't sure about my own voice. When I would listen to myself after we did some recordings, I was like, oh my God, this is my voice. And first of all, I didn't like it at all. I just shut it down. I thought, oh my God, I hate it. And, the more I did it, I understood, first of all, okay, this is me, first of all. And then I have to start learning to love myself as well, or at least accept myself. And then from there, you can also go to loving yourself and seeing yourself the way God sees you, really. This is not about what you see online where people say, love yourself and be proud of yourself and blah, blah, all these motivational speakers, what they say, because it's somehow, I've tried that very often and it didn't help for me personally. It didn't help because it was like I fabricated something that I didn't see. So it was like I painted a picture of someone I was not. But thanks to me being here and understanding how God sees me, I actually was able to see who I truly am with all the flaws, the good sides, the bad sides, everything, and then embrace that person. And then trying to go from there. So what is your potential? And what do you have to bring out of that cocoon that you see, Yeah. And this place is just perfect for it, and majorly because of Dr. Sunday, because he makes the place, that he creates the environment for you to become that butterfly. Really, for me, I see it so clearly, and that's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why I can't imagine really going somewhere else. We were talking about this a few weeks ago or something. And I was saying, I don't know where to go. If someone would tell me, I don't know, where do you want to go? Or where do you want to live? Or is there anything else you want to do? I wouldn't know. I didn't want to. And I still don't want to. I don't want to go anywhere else. And I will go where God leads me, first of all. And I know God wants me to be here. And I know God wants me to go to Nigeria. And I know God wants me to help rebuild my continent. So, yeah.
Yes, I think that's interesting. There was a question there that where we will go next or what are we going to do, I think it's there. For me, apart from the fact that I am still kind of learning and developing and trying to be the best that I can be. Hello, Oscar. Thank you for joining us. To be the best that I can be. I now have a new world open to me and a new with that new world comes new challenges, new processes in my head, which I'm really thinking that, okay, I am free. I'm not bound to leave, to stay here, or bound that I have to go somewhere. But one of the things that I want to do in terms of goal is I definitely want to join the Nigeria. I am part of the Nigerian transformation and commit to the Nigerian transformation project. So which makes it my life now, really. You know, I feel like in some ways you can consider the Nigerian transformation project as a life calling to transform Nigeria. So that's a very, very big part of me, like a big part of my heart now. So wherever that takes me is where I'm going to go. And if necessary, I will do whatever I need to do and actually commit whatever I need to do. Maybe commit is not even the right word, or maybe it's kind of forgo certain things. So I know a lot of people will be thinking like, what about as being females, you know, marriage, children. For me, these things are not that much important to me. They're lovely things. I'm grateful for those people who are committed to that. Okay, so I'm grateful to people that are committed to their relationship, their marriage, and I'm grateful to those people who are committed to children, because they're going to raise the next generation and they're going to form the family for the future. But not all of us are that way inclined. And I think I'm one of those people that I'm not that way inclined. It's neither here nor there for me, that particular aspect of life. But changing a nation, it's much more higher in priority for me. Changing my character and developing myself to be a value to everybody that meets me, it is very high as a priority for me. Mm-hmm. Of course, I could be mother to many people, and of course, I am not, you know, anti-relationship, you know, that also anti-relationship or anti-men. No, I'm not, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't like men or anything. No. I'm not that way at all. I do like men and I do like relationship. I do want a healthy relationship, but not in the style or in the conformity of society or in the constraints that society have introduced it. So if you wanted to know, even if you don't want to know, I think I'm going to share this with you. I was in a relationship before I came here, and I just decided to jack it in. It's not even because, and it wasn't. I was language, by the way. So funny. And it's not actually because I didn't care for that person or I didn't love. Even you can even use the word love, but maybe it's actually because I love that person that I wanted to be the best that I can be to produce the best. That is my own mentality. That's the way I think. So I don't think the person even forgive me till today for just deciding to take off. But it is my decision to be the best in my life. And I know that I wasn't the best. You might like me the way that I am, but I need to like myself too. And actually be more value to more people, rather than be value to just one person. Yeah. So that was my opinion, that was my thinking, and that was the direction that actually took me away from England and brought me here. And I'm still very much like that, and I'm not really too bothered either way with children and marriage, but I think that they're good things, and I commend those people and appreciate those people that dedicate their time to it. But it's not my own forte at this point in time. If that changes, of course, you would know as well.
Yeah. Agreed. I think what Maiwa said actually applies to both of us. I had a conversation recently with some people, and you know, at the end of the day, I was telling them that I was telling them that I don't personally need to have children, right? And they were so shocked. They were saying, "What do you mean? You have a womb?"
Men don't need to hear that. Men don't like to hear that.
Exactly, they don't like to hear that. They're like, "You're a woman. Why won't you have a child? Especially when you're African." So it's so funny just to see the perception of people, and you know the way society's just constrained to one particular thing or associates one thing to another automatically, without investigating and thinking, are there other possibilities? And that's why I really appreciate that Pastor recently was talking about this, was saying that, sometimes God allows you to be barren, for example, or not receive any children.
Nobody is barren, Pastor.
Yeah, or barren, or not barren, whatever, but
not have children.
Mm-hmm. For you to be a mother to more than one child, or not just the child that came out of you, but hundreds of other people, even if it's 30 other people, other children that need a mother that you were made for, so there are so many ways how we can glorify God, and it doesn't have to be with a woman necessarily bearing children. So just to add this to that, I was going to say that we could look through the comments, because some people are saying something directed at us directly, or asking us. So one thing here.
Is there a question?
Yeah. How are we doing, Prince Ade? This is your first time seeing us together. Okay, nice. Oh. We actually had several videos together before, last year.
You can check us out on Sunday Adelaja Official. You would find that we have lots of videos with Julie and Mayowa, especially review, Golden Jubilee. We also have some which had the Dr. Sunday's attributes, which we discuss a lot, and we had reflections. So if you go and check out reflections, especially the Truth series, we did that together.
Yeah.
So you can have a look. But it's probably a different type of Julie and a different type of Mayowa then as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously, even in that time, we've grown as well.
Yeah. So crazy. Yeah. The next person is Leah. How can one get a job and migrate to Ireland? Leah, I can't really tell you that, to be honest. I think it depends on what you want, really. If you want to get a job, apply. Apply and try to find what you want. But personally, I would say I saw Ireland more like a place of transition. I wouldn't necessarily want to stay there and live there. It's a good place to gain experience if you need to do that. But after being here and growing here and knowing what I know now, I'll say if you're an African person particularly, gain as much experience as you want and then come back with us home to Africa and let's build the continent together.
Yeah. I'm saying yes to that, but I'm also thinking that of course different people have different kind
purposes,
of purpose that is being put in you as an individual, and I think that's really important that you search that purpose. Yes. One of the books that helped me after getting here as well was Who Am I? Why Am I Here? And that book really helped me to see also myself and also to know that I am actually here for a reason. I think subconsciously I've always asked myself the question, who am I? Okay. Mm-hmm. But the question, why am I here? That didn't occur to me as such. And it did following teaching of the Sunday, listening, and also coming here. That became very, very apparent. I need to know why I'm here. I was sold with the Nigerian Transformation Project even before I came. Okay, so I was passionate about it, but I didn't know where I would fit in or how. But I wanted to just go in and, kind of dive in. But I'm a dive-in type of person, so...
So the next person is Naomi. Do you live there permanently?
Yes, okay. The word permanently, is not a word that we can use as its actual meaning, because tomorrow we could decide not to live here anymore. Okay, so I wouldn't use the word permanently, but currently I would use. So we live here currently. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so the next person, let's see. Have you found what you were looking for? From Naomi again. Yeah, I think we replied to that
question.
I
think we responded to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Lots of discussions going on here. Interesting. Okay. Prince Ade is saying, changing process is painful. I respect you for acknowledging that, Mayowa.
Thank you, Prince Ade. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, Adamu and Oscar, thank you very much. We love you too. Thank you for
love
your
you
comments.
guys. Thank you.
Naomi's saying, will you go back to your old lives?
Absolutely not. It's just for me personally, it's not possible for me to go back to my old life because I know better now. You know, I have a different experience, I have a different outlook on life, and I have a different understanding again on life. And my worldview have changed magnificently. It's like I cannot explain to you how much it's changed. To the extent that when I went back for a couple of weeks, I went to England. It was very, very difficult to even mingle with the same type of people, with the same people, my friends and family. You know, it was so difficult to mingle with them. I love them 100%, but our worldview has changed. You know, my conversation has changed. So when we want to, if they want to have the same conversation or have the same thing, it's like I can't really stay there anymore. I can't really relate anymore. It was so difficult for me in that 2 weeks, and I couldn't wait to get back here. But, you know, Ukraine, I wish it was like England. It's not like England. I wish I can just take Dr. Sunday and everybody and his family to England or somewhere else where we can just live. But Ukraine, for me, is like being in I don't know, dark ages, dude. I don't know. It's not. I don't mingle very much outside of this house. Whereas in England, I had life. I had like a social life. I have nightlife, day life. You know, everything. You know, a lot of things were accessible to me. But here, no, they're not accessible as it was. But to go back to my old life, no, it's not. Yeah.
And it's funny because both of us, this applies to both of us, because both of us were quite independent, you know, living our own lives. And I don't know, the world was open to us, really.
Yes.
It's not like we were in any way restrained from doing what we wanted to do. We could have done anything. We could travel, we could get what we wanted. We, you know, just climb up the career ladder and just become whoever we wanted to become. It's not like we were constrained. So just for your information.
Yeah.
So these are deliberate decisions that we took.
Yes. We could have gone to any other country, any country that we wanted to live in the world. I think we could have. Yeah. And I think that's probably most of my family and friends' challenge. Yeah. And the question is always, why Ukraine? And they couldn't get their heads around it. That why Ukraine? What's in Ukraine? What's so special? Yeah. You could have gone anywhere. Choose a sunny country.
Yeah. You know, my father was even saying there's war.
Yeah.
You know, don't go there. Who knows what's gonna happen?
My boss at work, well, oh my God, she had a scary information to share with me that there was a nuclear bomb sometime 20 years ago in Ukraine. Yeah. And that nuclear thing killed a lot of people and it's still affecting people. What was it called?
I think it was Chernobyl. Chernobyl?
Yeah, it was something like that. And if I go there, I might get all this polluted air. Yeah. Ukraine is not safe. Blah, blah, blah. You know, but it didn't change my views at all.
Prince is saying, I can share my transformation experience with you. It was a painful experience, but I thank God for humility to go through it. It's a process though, but when you are in it, you're in it already. You will see the fruit.
Brilliant.
Yeah, agree to that, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Olutosin says, the healing process is the ability to first accept God's love so that we can share it with others. I agree fully, Olutosin. Thank you so much. Idorenian says, any challenges staying and working with DSA?
Oh, yes. There are lots of challenges, you know. I have a lot of challenges. I'm sure that Julie has her challenges as well. So since I'm already talking, I'll be the first person to share some of the challenges. My major challenges is the tenacity of Dr. Sunday's work, you know, work ethics. He is very, very, very tenacious. He works hard. I think he works probably, in fairness, to say 20 of the 24 hours of a day. Yeah. I think it works. Yeah. And I cannot do that. And I have no desire to do that either, you know. I have constraints as a woman as well. And that is always a challenge for me. So that is the first challenge, right? Mm-hmm. So that is the first challenge for me, the intensity of the work here. And Dr. Sunday's demand for excellence is great. That's part of my growing process. This is something that I want to do, but I find it really difficult. I'll give you broadcast as an example. I find it very challenging that, you know, we have 3 programs a day, and I don't want to miss out on any of them, right? I can go and sleep. There are other people that are not here all the time, but I came to learn, develop myself, and be the best. So I want to be here all the time. But Dr. Sunday can go on for 6 hours if Facebook or YouTube would have it, limits, you know? Yeah. Yes. And I also want to support him. So I don't want to leave him, halfway, or leave the team halfway. If I'm gone, then, you know, that's one hand that is out of the way. Mm-hmm. So that's a big, big challenge. The other challenge is that for me, there's a lot of things that I need to learn, okay, that I'm not good at. I'm so no good, okay? And Dr. Sunday, being the person that he is, and also with my permission, okay, he corrects a lot, and he corrects me, and I like that. But I find it painful at times, and I find it painful just because of my flesh, not because in my head it is painful, because somebody has to tell me. I lived on my own, even in England. I go to see my mom. My dad is no more. So I go to see my mom, my sister. I'm the youngest. And not many people tell me when I'm doing something wrong. So there's so many things that I don't know how to do, or I do wrong, attitude, character, behavior. And I find it to be such a blessing to have Dr. Sunday, to have his time, to have his to put his energy in correcting me and putting me in the right path. But at the same time, just being human, I find it very painful. So that's another challenge. But I work through it, you know, because it's almost like, you know, you don't know how to do this. And there's lots of things that I should know how to do as a human being, as a person, as a female. I should know how to do these things, but I don't, or I'm not good at. And I have also bad attitudes, bad behavior, mental things that were developed through my environment, and also lack of lack of understanding, or lack of direction. I don't know, lack of something. And all those things also, when they are corrected, of course, they're painful. But that is a challenge, but it's a challenge that I know will pay off, and I am willing to face up to and take. So those for me are the biggest one. I'm sure Julie would have some as well.
Yeah. So my biggest challenge, since Maya and I are so opposite of each other, mm-hmm. one of the things that I had to learn and overcome, and I'm still overcoming, is speaking out. And I mean that especially because I'm someone who would take things in, and then I would reflect it. I would
behavior.
I would take something negative in, and then I would reflect it to my environment. So instead of speaking out and saying, you know what, this is not good, or this is what happened, or this is what I think, or whatever, I would just bury it in myself. And at some point, I'll just, behave weirdly, and people will be like, what's going on with her, or why are you like this? Or some may not say anything or behave weirdly as well, and then, we just collide. And it's something I'm learning. And with someone like Dr. Sunday, who's always talking, who's like, oh, and who observes everything. That's also one of he just sees everything. I had to learn not to hide anymore. I had to learn to be open. And I think my growing up in Germany also fueled all of this, being reserved and not necessarily talking about what's going on, or not being vulnerable. And I would run away from conflicts or things where I think, I don't want this, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm not a person who likes to have conflict at all. Like, I don't like conflict. I don't like this, conflicts. I'm fine if we have disagreements, right? We can agree not to agree. But if it's quarrel and if it's like heated quarrel and everything, I'm just like, oh my God, let me get out of here. I always go, every time we have meetings about things that don't go or that are not fine, I'm super quiet, and later my mom will be like, I'm always the one talking, you don't say anything. Because I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't want to hurt anybody, and that's also another issue that I've had. So working with Pastor Sunday helps me to bring a balance to this, because there obviously are times where you have to talk and there are times where you probably should not talk. So I guess I have that part covered, but I should be talking more, especially because I realized that I was not really believing in myself a lot and thinking that I would have things to say, or what I would say was relevant, or would add some value. So most of the time I would just keep what I had in my head. And while I was doing that, I was realizing that other people would come and say what I wanted to say and would get, praise for it, or would, add value that was needed. And I'm like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing and I'm not saying anything, So observing all these things, because Pastor Sunday also allows people to talk and encourages them to talk, I was like, oh, after all, it's not like I have rubbish in my head, only rubbish in my head, but I can also say something. And even if I say something that is not necessarily brilliant or does not add value to it, I wouldn't be condemned for it, and I can still, or someone else can build on it. And there's just so much that I'm learning out of all these challenges and seeing what my participation or lack of my participation is doing. So this is one of the challenges I have had, and it's just decreasing, thank God, especially because of Maiwa. I have to actually give Maiwa kudos here.
I was actually going to give you kudos.
Because she's like I said, she's my opposite, and I'm learning so much from her on speaking out. Like every day you see her sitting here, she just lashes it out. Like, and it's not, I'm not saying lashing because it's negative. I'm saying she has the courage to bring out what is inside, and I didn't have that at all. I was like, no, me in the front of the camera, no. And especially saying something or in the meeting, I would always be quiet, just taking notes. And Pastor would be like, no, I want you to talk, say something. He would ask me a question. I'm like, you asking me? Huh? What am I supposed to say? And Maya would always say stuff. And I'm like, okay, try. So it's the whole environment, it's just, it's a challenge, really, to anything that you have, I could say. Yeah.
I was actually going to add to that to say kudos to Julie because, because we're so opposite, like, Julie's not much of a talker or a challenger, and I'm like a talker and challenger. We need a balance, nobody should be like me and all like me, and nobody should be all like the way Julie is. I think there has to be a balance. Yeah. But Julie strikes that balance well for society, where, it's more like a positive type of balance that she has. Whereas my own is much scary, and a lot of people as well don't like it. So it's very challenging in that sense. And I have to learn from Julie and Dr. Sunday as well in terms of striking the balance. Because Dr. Sunday has a balance when it comes to relating to people and understanding people very, very well. And Julie is much more closer to that because her nature is more like that. So I have to learn from her, like keeping quiet, at times, and not even saying, even if I know, just keep quiet. Even if there's an urge to say something, keep quiet. And I actually enjoyed that when I started learning from her and learning that, I'm not carrying so much weight on me having to speak all the time or having to say something all the time. It's just let it be, you don't have to always say something. And if I do want to say something, thank God I have a program and I can let out the 20,000 words. There are 20,000 words in me, but in an environment with other people, giving them the opportunity also to come out and, just be without having to like, hey, do this, say, always have something to say. And I am enjoying that over the last few weeks. even in meetings, I tend to be in meetings because I am a project manager where I'm always talking and actually gearing other people to talk, like almost poking people to talk. And in England, that worked for me, you know, because I push people to say what they need to say in the project, so I know what I need to do as you know, in order to progress the project. But in this environment, it's a total different ball game, and it's you know, this we describe it as a kingdom environment. It's not to be religious, but it's just to say it as it is, because there's nothing that we can compare it to in the world. Like I can say is this type of environment. Yeah. So I can just say it's kingdom environment, and we're still kind of building our understanding, but at least my understanding of a kingdom environment too. So I learned from Julie and also Dr. Sunday. You know, coming here, I was thinking I was just going to learn from Dr. Sunday. Big mistake. I'm actually learning from everybody else, because when I was just focusing on him, I wasn't the best person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah. So Oscar says, do you guys have time for your personal engagement while working endlessly with DSA?
Personal, what personal engagement? What personal engagement?
So funny.
I'm going to let Julie answer this one.
No, you know what? This is all our personal engagement. All of this is our personal engagement. Really, I can tell you that, because I think this is one of the things that you find when you find purpose. You know, that there's no demarcation, like no clear demarcation of it, because it all blends in. So there's no thing where you're like, okay, this is only for this person. Yeah. This is only for this person. It's like everything you do fuels each other. Yeah. So
our work is our play. Our play is our work.
Exactly.
You know, we don't have like a work time and then play time.
Yeah.
You know, our work is we do it well. It doesn't mean that we don't do work well, but we, like Julia said, there's no clear demarcation.
Yeah.
Of, you know, yes, of course we pick up our calls and then we call some family and friends that we can.
Yeah.
But not the way we used to. We're not transmitting or, you know, transferring the life that we used to live before and just duplicating it here. No, we're living a new type of life where, you know, we're creating and we're more focused on, you know, our conversation, our purposeful,
conscious.
Yes, we're conscious of what
we're result oriented as well.
Yes.
Like, you know, the ideas that we come up with are always derived from what we do at work here with Pastor. You know, so it all is like a circle. You know, it's there's no thing that is isolated from what we do with Dr. Sunday. It's all like, it originates from there, I could say.
Yes,
maybe.
It does. And it's so much related to our life as well. So it's not as though that we abandon who we are or our life. You know, it's what we want to do and it's the environment that we want to be. So we're not doing something else. You know, like work. Sometimes, if, you know, you're working because that's what the company objectives or the company goals are, and you're doing what the company goals and the company's objective is as your job. So you have to then separate it from your own life. But in this case, it's not like that. These companies, if you want to term it that way, objective and goal is also our life. It's always been the best of ourselves to be more productive, more value to our world, to the world around us. So that's why there's no demarcation between, you know, so it's not like commercial working from Uncle Sam where, you know, this is work, you're working for that company's ethos or their goals, and then
from that period of time to that period of time.
No, you know, every day is our life is our work is our life. You know, there's no separation between our life and our work. That's we are growing together. We are together.
Also, I want to say that the good thing, one thing I love what Dr. Sunday said, he doesn't give you a timetable or something like that. He doesn't say, at that time you have to wake up, this is when you have lunch, this is when you know. We have a kitchen here where they cook, and you know, there's a specific time for lunch and dinner and whatever. But if you don't have time, for example, you don't have to go and eat at that time. You can possibly have your lunch put to the side, or not eat at all, or do your own plans. And then you plan your day the way you want to plan it. So obviously there's like the 9 p.m. and 7 p.m. programs, where we're here with Dr. Sunday, we assist him. But apart from that, there's a whole day that you can plan the way it fits you best.
Yes, and and also there are tasks. There are lots of things that we can do to do. But like Julie said, we're not restricted or told that we have to do certain things at certain time, or you're not.
And Dr. Sandra also, we talk to him. So it's not like he's saying, hey guys, I need this and that done. Bye. We have conversation, and we tell him, you know what, maybe today I'm gonna be gone. I have a doctor's appointment.
And he'll never say no.
Never. Even when it's about his own stuff, we're like, sorry, maybe I can't do this now. I'll do it later. Or he actually comes and asks us.
Yes.
Like I don't think there was a time where Pastor was like, let's meet at this and that time. Like he would, or we are going to meet at this and that time. He would always ask. He would always give you the option to give an alternative or change the date or something like that. So
yes.
And that's something I had to get used to, because I'm coming from Germany. I'm used to order, and I'm used to receiving instructions. So for him not to give me instructions and asking me, so what do you think? Should we meet there? Or what do you think? Should we do this? I was always very confused. At first I was like, should you not know this? Or but he's doing this on purpose, because he's not like the authoritarian person. At all. Communicating from up, down.
At all. And at the same time, Dr. Sunday is also firm. So if there's something that he needs or he wants, he would make it known. So, but it gives us all our own free will. There's no force to participate in meetings. There's more encouragement that this will be good for you. You might like this. Do you want to do this? And even I've been in meetings where I was tired, and it's like, okay, you can leave.
Go,
and he's not saying it
all the time.
But when you hear you can go kind of thing, you're thinking, at work, if somebody said that you can go in a meeting where other people are sitting, it's like they almost like a dismissing you.
Yeah.
So also we have to learn not to be conditioned in the way that we were in Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Where if Dr. Sunday says you can go or whatever, not that I need his permission or he needs to. It's just like, you're tired. He doesn't even say it anymore. It's just like, you're tired. Why don't you go and sleep? Why don't you, go and relax somewhere or do something? Yeah. So that's about it. But he's just so free. He doesn't like to force anything. Or one thing I noticed about Dr. Sunday is that he doesn't like to force something on you, and he doesn't like to influence your decision to do something. He wants to give you information, but he wants that choice to be yours. He doesn't want to be the one to make that choice for you. And that, for me personally, I appreciate that. That empowers me. And I might end up doing even what he wants, because somebody that gives me the power to do whatever I want to do, then I really do want to make sure that that person gets the best, so it makes it easier for me, know.
Yeah, I agree. Naomi's asking, what's your experience with churches/religion? Ooh, that if we're gonna talk about this, I think we're going to talk endlessly. But maybe just to keep it short, for me personally, oh God, I would say it wasn't always a bad experience. First of all, like, I can say the church that I went to was not a bad church in the sense that I have gotten to know it in Nigeria, for example, or the rest of Africa. I was really shocked about most of the things that I saw that are going on in Africa right now. And I haven't experienced most of these things. I've experienced, paying tithes, and I didn't know about first fruit until I came here. I didn't know about, all those syncretism and paganism things. Especially syncretism, right? All these ESP type of things and healings, blah, blah, anointing. Anointing oil, I was familiar with that, but, and handkerchief as well. But all the other things like steak and all these things, for me, these are fairly new. But I can say that I was introduced to religion. I wasn't necessarily introduced to Christianity. There was a point in our church where we were going towards Christianity, like the real type of kingdom-minded teachings. But somehow, I don't know what happened. It's like we derived back to religion. And I find that really sad because I felt like we almost were there, you know, we almost got it right. And then something happened and it switched everything and we went back to, I don't know, speaking in tongues forever and meeting God in church and not personally and all these type of things where I just got tired of doing the same thing over and over again without a different result. So I was thinking that I was getting crazy because I was asking myself, where's God? If I'm always doing the same thing, all I know about God is going to church, singing in the choir. Yes, I was singing in the choir. And, you know, doing all sorts of events, sometimes evangelism in a district where you have all the prostitutes and parties and blah, blah, blah at night, sometimes, yeah. And we tried to go evangelize to the drug addicts at some point, but it wasn't the way they're doing it here in Ireland. And it's actually in Ukraine. And it's actually something that we learned from Dr. Sunday's church, from God Embassy here. We learn to go to the homeless people, but the way, you know how Africans are, you know, we just go for it. We just do our job, and then we go and shout at people like, hallelujah, my brother, Jesus loves you, you know, all these type of things. And I was always thinking, oh, these are Germans. They don't necessarily, you know, like react to this, and they understand that. And we just go and, you know, touch them and be like, trust in Jesus, my brother. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you.
Give your life to Christ.
Give your life to Christ. This is the only thing that's going to save you. You know, you don't want to go to hell. Trust me, you don't want to go to hell.
Oh my God.
What the hell? You know, and it's just, no. But we tried. Our church tried. And for some reason, I think we were discouraged because the results were not as we see them here. But I think it's because we didn't understand the concept of kingdom. We didn't understand the concept of love. And that Dr. Sunday's teaching here, that he has been imbibing into the people for decades, you know. So it's not just something that you do for maybe even 6 months or 3 months, and then you feel like, oh yeah, we did our job. It has to come from the heart, and it has to be sincere and authentic. And I think this is what was missing in our church. And that's why, yeah, I don't know. That's my experience.
So the question is, what was my experience, our experience of church and religion? Okay, so what for me, I think that it was a whole mountain of ignorance. And it was a mountain of ignorance, not just on my own side, but it was a mountain of ignorance on the side of the leadership, the pastor, as well. They didn't know, if I'm going to really assess now, they don't know better, you know, they don't know better. But also syncretism and ego and lack of love and tradition was really playing havoc in the church. And nobody saw anything wrong with it. They just saw it as that is Christianity in the label. But I know better now. So I would just say that it's just mountain of ignorance. And there are people that don't know God for, you know, who he is. I didn't know God for who he is as well. Nor did I have a relationship with God because they didn't have a relationship too with God. So what I was seeing and what I was experiencing is nothing like what I know now to be a kingdom life. It was more like ego, the same challenges as non-Christians were going through. It was in the church, but more like in a sect, like sort of like a cult combined with confusion. So that's why I would just say mountain of ignorance. That's what we were all living, and we're all living that together. So it's like the blinds leading the blind. So that's how I can put it. And maybe that's one of the things that for my passion to just share with people, because I used to question a lot of things, but I was always shut down with tradition, with female, you know, being a female. We've been living in UK, being told that, you know, I've imbibed a lot of European culture, so I don't understand certain things. They were used to fog me off from asking those questions, and then I totally resigned to whatever is going on and thinking that I was allowing the Holy Spirit when it's not. So key word for me when it comes to religion and church is mountain of ignorance and lack of love. That's what I can say.
Yeah, well put. The next person is Akimbo Boye saying life is beyond procreation. Yes, we agree.
Yeah.
Romanas is saying for these commitments and sacrifices, God must have something very big coming to Africa very soon.
Yes, it does. And we are the big thing coming to Africa.
Yes,
including you guys, of course.
Yes. Ola is saying you are both sold out to Christ. God bless you both. Thank you, Ola.
Thank you, Ola.
Yes, we are. Thank you, Romanos. Adam was saying, Maya, keep to your calling. The Lord is your strength.
Thank you very much.
Akim Baboya says, because you have been able to not idolize marriage and children, you guys are in a better position to have a beautiful marriage. Keep it up.
Wow.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Bashir says, I love the fact that both of you know what you want in life and ready to go for it. I pray men and women can learn from both of you. Finding your purpose is key to life. Well done, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bashir. Chaplain says preschool related transition something or other. Okay, I don't get this one. Bimpe says congratulations for being yourselves. Thank you. Grace Favor says, Julie, why is your hair and ears always covered? Just curious. It's actually not always covered, but I have
Julie's job with this.
No,
I just have to throw that out.
What did you say?
Julie, I wanted to say Julie is SU Scriptures Union. Guys, I'm just being playful. Julie is not SU, but you know this. But you can tell obviously she's wearing lipstick. If you're not wearing lipstick and no makeup,
green nails.
yes, I don't know she has eyebrows, but I just have to put that in. You know, it just when she hasn't got makeup on, that I can say she's SU.
No, I just like change. Seriously, I just like to always change my appearance. Actually, when I came here, I had short black hair. I actually like to wear
black hair.
Long.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
Very
I don't
short.
even remember
Yeah.
because I just changed so often. I like to wear wigs often, and I like to wear these type of bundles. But I also like to wear my own hair. I do this all the time. I always switch. I have periods where I wear this type of hair, this type of hair. I had a period where I was wearing my own hair all the time. You can see it on YouTube. We've recorded a few videos where I was having my own hair out as well. It's actually quite long. It's like here. Yeah, but it's just a lot of work. So usually I'm tired and then I just put a bundle or just put what's it called? A wig on. Yeah. But I can also wear my hair. I don't have any issues with that at all.
No, she doesn't have an issue. I think that's another stereotype.
Yeah.
Of, if you're wearing your hair like this, then you are, this type of person.
Yeah.
But we don't live in stereotypes at all. So, it doesn't mean Julie is like, as you think with their hair. And even with me, with my haircut, I remember when I first cut my hair, people are saying, is this church? Is this Christian? Is this Christ-like? It's like, what's my hair got to do with Christ-like? So it's another stereotype, and we don't live in stereotype. No. I certainly don't live in stereotype.
We really got out of it. Like, stereotype for us just left after we crossed the door to this, or the gate to this place. So... Yeah. I just want to reply to someone who asked a related question. Is it because of the month of Black History? No. Like I said, we don't... Like, the funny thing is here, we stopped going by even calendar...
even days,
events.
Even days, like, thank God it's Friday. It's not part of our vocabulary anymore.
Even the weekend. We don't even acknowledge the weekend. For us, every day is the same.
Yeah, even Sundays. It's not a special day of the week. No. I'm sorry.
It's every day. For us, every day is special.
Yeah.
Every day has to be maximized. Because, tomorrow is not guaranteed. So we have to always work towards maximization.
Yeah.
Oscar says, and God said to be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth.
I think Oscar is campaigning for marriage. And
remember. Okay.
Oscar.
Thank you, Oscar. That is true. That is what's written in the Bible. Amen.
Oscar's got motive there.
Okay, so Princess Sumayawa, will you welcome me if I ask you out for a relationship?
Yes, why not? What's the name? Prince.
Ade.
Yes, Prince, of course. I will welcome it. Get to know you. No, not really. I'm only joking. Really, seriously. I don't have any problem with relationship. But at the moment, I am extremely, should I say, I don't want to use the word busy, but I'm extremely occupied with the things that I have to do. So it wouldn't be fair to just, let somebody else in and have to kind of run after this, commit to relationship. I told you, I just kind of jack one in to come here. So that's the constraint that I have. But I do like to talk to people. I do like to have a relationship. I do like all the things, but I just don't have that drive for it at the moment. My drive and my concentration and my energy is on purpose and changing the world if I could, but not changing it as in the world is not good enough, but being of value to myself to contribute to the world. That's what my focus is on now.
Yeah, I can key into that. Well said. Okay, Moses says, nice reply, Julie. Going back, remaining and developing Africa is better. Thanks for the nice program. Yes, Moses, you got it. Adobe says, can you ladies speak the language? Not really, no.
Julie probably can do better than I can, and I came before Julie.
But it is actually, it's not that difficult. I learned the alphabet, and if you do that, you can do the rest. Really, I think it's very easy. I can read, not fast, of course, like with another like English, for instance. But I can read whenever I see something. It takes me a while, but I can read, and I can understand when people speak in context. So I can make up what they're saying without needing a translator or something, but it's not difficult. I've just been lazy to do my homework in that respect. I think I would have been able to talk by now if I was more disciplined.
I am totally lazy to learn the language because most of the people here that I communicate with regularly, they speak the language. And also I always thought that we're going to leave for the Nigerian transformation in like 4 months from the time I came. January, and I was thinking, I don't know why, April, I'm going to be out of here. So it wasn't really part of my agenda to learn the language, but it's not an excuse. And if I should speak to myself, or even advise anybody, if you're in a country where they're speaking a language, it is an opportunity to learn that language. And that's what I should do. And if I ever put it in my agenda, that's what I would do. I think that it is really the right thing to do, because you never know when you need the language and when you'll be able to help somebody or even communicate better with the people around you. So definitely learning the language is important, but it's not something that I have actually cultivated since arriving here.
Yeah, I'd actually recommend anyone who wants to come with Dr. Sunday or at some point to learn the language, or just a little bit. I think it's a good challenge for yourself, and it will enable you to communicate with the rest of Russians and Ukrainians that are going to come with him.
Yes.
So
I think it's good because sometimes Dr. Sunday have speaking Russian with the Russians, and we're here and they're laughing, and we're like, oh, tell us, what are you laughing about? It's like, what's funny? And then Dr. Sunday was like, oh, we're saying this. We're like, you missed it. Yeah. So it's really good. Yeah. I would have liked to have really switched on my brain from the beginning and really pay a lot of attention and learn the language. But,
yeah. Idun Gezit says, hello, Mayowa in the house. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you. We love you too.
And we love you too. Thank you very much.
Okay. Naomi says, well, you both keep up with your nails.
Yeah. I don't have a long nails. My nails is just like normal. And Julie is really the fashionista here, I am like, Julie like to do all these things. But me personally, it's like I'm going to get up and go. Get up and go. Maybe even a little bit tomboyish kind of person. But I do look like a female. I can't even be bothered to take off my nail polish. No, but I do like to look pretty. But somebody else to do it for me while I just kind of sit down and, you know, sort that out. I want her to be thinking and doing something else.
Yeah.
But Julie is quite a fashionista, and I mean, in style and, you know, colors and, you know, designing and all those decorating. You know, she's got an eye for it. I wish I could as well. Sometimes I'm like, oh, look at my nails. I need to do something.
And I'm like, okay, this is when you notice it.
Yeah. And Judy's like, look at your nails. And sometimes Judy will pick my hair as well. Like, oh, you need to do something to this. Like, oh, okay. You know?
Yeah, I would come to her hair and be like, okay, you need to fix this.
Yeah. So
really funny. Yeah, but we're still like, we enjoy comfort. We enjoy being treated as women.
We like being pampered.
Exactly.
Yes.
We like massages. And we like, you know, all the good stuff.
All the feminine type of things, we like them. We like nail manicure, pedicure, and all that. But if it's not done for me personally, I don't worry. I do worry to go to do it. That's another thing that we're opposite. Julie would do those things herself.
Yes.
To, you know, her nails, pedicure and, you know, manicure. But I would be waiting for somebody to come and do my pedicure and my manicure for me. And I don't want to have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So,
because I don't like people touching my nails. I don't know why. Because I think I had a negative experience with someone like cut the criticals off, and I was like,
too much, and it was painful.
Yeah, I don't like that. So
yeah.
And these are my real nails, just in case you're wondering.
Yes, they are real nails, and if one ever breaks,
horrible. Actually, it happened.
Yeah.
This one broke. So
and you can't even tell because she's got long nail, you know, nail thing, you know, her shape of a nail. But look at me. This is my nail. It should have been changed. I'm not really.
It's just who we are. But no worries.
I've been thinking of changing it for like 3 days now, and like, no, just wash your hands.
Funny. Olutosin says, you're in the cocoon in Ukraine. You are being molded. When are you flying to bless the world, and to where? You can stay in Ukraine forever.
You can stay. Right.
Oh, you can stay there. Oh, okay.
Maybe you meant to say you can't stay in Ukraine forever.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, I think I agree with this person in terms of we're in a cocoon. And we actually did, I spoke about that when we talk about women and, you know, not picking up the chair, so much honor for women here in Dr. Sunday's house. We don't cook. We don't do a lot of things. And we spoke about it, that how we're going to cope when we do go back in the world. You know, when we go out and, you know, we have to cook, we have to do certain things. But I think we will adjust.
Yeah.
The fact that we're even thinking about it, it tells you that we would adjust because we're sound-minded people. And it's not like we haven't done this before. Judy already said we lived independently before we came here to Ukraine. And a year or so of being in Ukraine is not going to suddenly make us not independent anymore, not able to apply ourselves if we need to. In fact, we even know better ways now to do all those things. You know, if I have to cook, I know when it's more convenient for me to cook, when I'm going to cook, how I'm going to cook, order and all that. And if I'm in an environment where it's not like here, I also know how to apply myself.
Yeah.
So I think that we'll be fine. Yes, it is a cocoon at the moment because this is our world right now. But it's not going to be an issue at all.
Yeah, because we've lived there before, so we know how it is.
Yes, it's like learning to ride a bike, like they say. You don't forget, and you can get on the bike and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
But with better knowledge now, I think.
Yeah. Higher technology.
Yes.
Yeah, so the next person is Mamsita. When are you guys sleeping and eating, including DSA? I wonder if he even sleeps. Yeah, we responded to that question at the beginning. So we think Pastor
don't sleep.
Pastor doesn't sleep. No? He's a vampire.
No, we don't think he sleeps.
No, actually, vampire sleeps. Sorry.
Do they sleep?
Yeah, during the day. They sleep during the day, I think.
Okay. Well, Pastor doesn't sleep during the day, so he's not a vampire.
Yeah, exactly. He's beyond vampire. No, we think he sleeps like maybe 4 hours a day,
max.
5 hours a day.
5?
Max.
I don't think he does 5.
Okay, let's just say 4 hours. We try to sleep. I try to sleep like 8 hours. Usually I don't get to 8 hours, but I get to maybe 6, I could say. 6 hours, which is fine. It's really fine. I usually just need 6, but...
I need a minimum of 4 hours every day to sleep. But I'm not really a very deep sleeper. I don't sleep very deep.
Again, total opposite.
Yeah,
I can sleep even if there's a party going on. I can just...
Yeah, so I don't sleep very deep. And I've been like that even before I came here. But the difference is that I'm not actually lying down here. In England, even though I'm going to sleep 4 hours or so, I'm already in bed, lying down, comfortable from like before 12. So I have a longer period in bed and rested, with my body resting. Whereas here, my body is not in bed for long at all. So that affects me physically, because my body is not in a rest mode. And also my mind also is always like on the go. But I think 4 good hours sleep for me, I will be fine.
Wow, respect. Yeah. So the next person is Ijara saying, so how is Ukraine? Is it kind of backward? I see it on the news, but I just can't imagine what it is like over there. I would really love to visit. From Houston. Yes, come visit. See it for yourself.
Is Idare Nigerian?
Oh, good question, yeah.
Because you know why I asked that? I think Ukraine is like... a more solemn, can I say that, version of Nigeria in terms of backwardness. I personally think that they're backward, but more advanced in a lot of things. Like, you know, they have...
medicine, for example.
Yes, medicine, because they have a lot of doctors here. I think the people could probably use more of the opportunities that they have here, but they don't see it. I think they're affected by the impact of Soviet Union days. When you see, okay, she is. So they, in fact, so if Nigeria is more hustle and bustle, is more active, and you know, it's more kind of fast paced, whereas this is slow paced. But in terms of infrastructure, it's more advanced than Nigeria. Yeah. So I would say this is Nigeria, but better infrastructure and slower pace. That's how I can describe it.
And the people are not so superstitious.
Yeah. Or anything else. They're not really... Can I say that on camera? Okay. They are fine.
Oh my gosh. No, but I would say...
What am I trying to say? Julie, you know what I'm trying to say, so help me out here.
Okay, they're really nice. They're nice people once they know who you are. I think that's what I would say. Like, if I compare them to Germans...
No, I mean in terms of sharpness. That's what I mean.
What do you mean?
Like, in terms of, like, seizing opportunities. Like, okay... businesses here, people are just so relaxed. They could seize more opportunity outside of Ukraine. Or, for example, if you go to a shop, for example, and you want to buy something, there isn't that customer service to try and like encourage you and, you know, seize you're already there to try and like get you to get the product or sell the product to you. They just kind of relax. So you want to buy something and they're like, yes, this is how much it is. Do you have anything else? They don't even try to look for alternative for you, you know? So I think that they just need to, like, wake up, walk a little bit.
Okay.
That's just me.
Okay, interesting. Mamsita says, kudos to you guys. Last place I will live. Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Olutosin says, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you guys are on work holiday. How will you finance your vision in the future? Maybe you already have investments that can cover your bills.
I know somebody is going to ask about finance and how we manage financially.
Someone also asked how do you pay your bills and everything. So we can also reply to that at the same
time. In terms of finance, right, we don't pay bills here. So obviously... that is kind of taking the weight off in terms of paying bills. And we are not paid, which is something that we really relish now because it's an opportunity for us. We lived in a land or in a world where everything is like you exchange, you know, payment for something.
Yeah.
And Julia and I talk about this a lot, and we think that this is one of the best things that has ever happened to us. Yeah. Not getting paid for what we're doing.
Yeah.
and still living well and surviving. So we don't eat luxury food. I'm like a very big restaurant,
Lover.
lifestyle. Yeah, restaurant lover and lifestyle. So I do that a lot in England and eat out a lot, and but I don't do that here. There's no desire also for me to do it here. So that kind of is a minus. I don't need money for that as I do when I was in England. And also in terms of travel, I used to save for to travel around for holidays. So I'm not traveling anywhere. But I still need to buy feminine things. I have a small income that comes to me, but it's not from work. Okay, it's not work. It's just from previous savings that I am maintaining on now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me as well. I have savings that are, I would say, more than enough right now. And so I don't really bother about this. Because, I don't know, it's just, I actually didn't really think about it much. I was worrying about it first when I came here, thinking, how are we going to do this? Until, actually I wanted to work while being here so that I could have some income and then pay, even give years for the house so that we can have some nice food sometimes that we personally want, we can make some orders. But at some point I got so busy here that I actually didn't have time to work like in a 9-to-5 type of way. And I also didn't want to be honest with you. So I decided, we had an agreement. I had an agreement with the house here. It was not like I was supposed to pay, but I wanted to contribute. Thank you. Yes, but I didn't have the possibility anymore just because there was just so much work. So it's not like I have to. That's it. So we don't have to pay for being here. We're staying here for free. But like Maiwa said, we are also volunteering. The work we're doing is based on our own decision. It's because we want to serve. And like Maiwa, I also have savings, and it's very cheap here, by the way. So things that you need, everything you need is very, very, very low.
It's cheap for us.
Yeah,
because
for us.
Of where we came from.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. The money that we have is in a different currency. So compared to what you would have to spend here, it's very little. And so we're like, yeah, we're fine. We're really fine.
So we're fine. Because there's no need for the lifestyle that we have.
Yeah.
It's not expensive as we used to.
Yes. Oh.
So
because I responded loudly.
Oh, okay. So the lifestyle is slightly. Yes.
Yeah, you have the accommodation, you have food, you have drivers, you have everything.
So what do we need the money for?
Yeah.
We don't. So, but if we want to buy something for ourselves, we still have some savings that we can use to kind of compensate for that for now. And we also learn not to worry too much about money, because it was in our nature from where we came from to worry about money. But Dr. Sunday actually taught me that lesson, not to worry. Taught us not to worry about money, and to just do the things that we need to do, and the money will come.
Solve the problem.
Yes. His pocket is always empty, and he always gets everything that he wants.
Yeah.
He never wants for money. Yeah. And also he gives a lot. Yeah. So if I say that I came here to learn, I have to really open my eyes, my ears, my everything to really learn that, because I live in a consumer environment, and it's about what you have, what you wear, what you do for yourself. So coming here as well, I have to just let go of that mentality, and it's taking me a long time to do that. It's something that I'm still trying to even to cultivate in myself. But it's one of the best thing ever, not to worry about money, not to worry about what you're going to eat all the time. All those things is not my concern anymore, to be honest. I'm not even worried about the future, but I know I'm going to have like a great future financially. It's not my concern whatsoever when it comes to money. But everything I need, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, I have everything.
Yeah, I can subscribe to that. I personally, I don't like to worry about things that I can't control. So I really hated the first weeks or months I was here. There was one thing that I was worrying about, which is money, for example. I would worry about these things thinking that, oh my God, why, what are we going to do? What happens if this? What happens if that? I would have all those questions in my head. And I actually had a conversation with Pastor Sunday, and I was asking him, I was like, do I have to worry about all these things? Because I don't want to, I don't want to think, what happens if? What happens if? What if I, spend all my savings? What if, I don't know, someone comes and asks me what if I need something I can't afford? All these things. And I learned to trust in God, and to trust in God's way, and to trust in, looking into investing into the future, not living in the now, not living in the tangible things that you can see. Yes, living by the invisible things, living by faith, living by, the things that God told us to do, living by the kingdom, not by what we eat, what we drink, and having a vision. And this is what actually fuels me, it is what helps me to stay directed and to come up with ideas, to come up with solutions for problems that we find. And it's not like I'm here on my own either, I'm not here by myself and the only person who could solve a problem that I can see. I have people around me, I have so many resources that I can use, and I can, solve all these problems. And what I also realize is that the focus on money and all these tangible things in the world, they actually rob us from the most important things in life, I wasn't able to focus on developing myself, investing in myself, getting to know God, getting to know the people around me. And just because I was focusing on, what happens, if I was focusing on all those questions from friends and families. So how are you going to eat? And how are you going to dress? And what are you going to do this? What are you going to do that? All these mundane things. And I was getting distracted, and I was losing the treasure of why I was here, and time was passing, and tomorrow is not guaranteed, so how are you going to make the best of today if all you focus on is, oh my God, I have to pay bills, oh my God, I have to wear this, I have to wear that. So even all the clothes that I have, it's like, I don't even, can you imagine, like the last few days I was wearing this, not even just the last few days, the last few months and weeks, I was wearing almost the same thing all the time. Even though I have a full closet, like you could imagine, before I came here, I gave away almost like 90% of my clothes. And I tell you, if you come into my room, you will think I have a lot of clothes. I had a lot of things. So now I'm here, I don't even wear like 10% of what I have. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So I was realizing that last time. So I thought, okay, today I'm just going to wear a different jacket just because, I just have it. So, but it's just there and dusting because I'm focused. I'm focused on my vision. I'm focused on the future. And it's so rewarding. It's so, I just wish everyone could do that. So that to the question of how do you pay your bills and money and all that. Okay. Let's see. Maybe another question here. This one?
Do they still run the
soup? Okay, do they still run the soup kitchen for the homeless?
We have a kitchen, and people can come and they can eat if they want to. So,
but it's the kitchen. But it's the church. But the person's referring to.
Okay, the church soup kitchen. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, they still have it. I think they still have it, and they have more than one. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I think there were some interesting questions, but thank you. I love my nails too.
I love my nails too.
Okay. I think there was a long discussion ongoing here between Chioma and Ladafo and others. Okay. Okay.
Maybe that's it. Oh, question.
Yeah. What's the cost to register for DSA's mentorship program?
Wow, I've got news for you. That's absolutely free. Just your time, okay? So your time, your commitment to going through the course. So we have 3 courses, the Ignite, we have Momentum, and Fusion. So, and then there's the elective as well. I mean, this is a full-blown course, and it's a great opportunity for you to develop yourself. This is equivalent, actually, to a degree course, and you can do it at your own pace. But we recommend time for each period of the course so that you don't sit on it for a long time, and there's support for you as well. So that's a great question in terms of mentorship. It's absolutely free.
Yeah.
And what, Julie, emails and...
Oh, yes. So mentorship@godembassy.org. Mentorship@godembassy.org. One word, godembassy.org, if you have any questions. But generally, you have to register through the website, sundayatthelajablog.com/mentorship. So for you to even enroll and everything. So if you don't enroll, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to send an email to mentorship, because you have to start there so that we can register you and your details, and then you can, receive all the updates and everything.
So first step is to go to sundayatthelajablog.com/mentorship. And once you've registered in that, you would get an email.
Yes.
Okay, once you get that email, you'd have mentorship@godembassy.org to send your email after your registration.
Yeah.
So join us, absolutely free.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, I want to say, we have so much to do here. Like we said already last time, and we've said a lot during this hour, we're looking for help. We're looking for people who are like-minded, who want to join this adventure and who want to key into this vision and, bring back light and life and love and the kingdom to Africa and to the whole world.
Yes.
So if you want to join, please, you've had a really good, I think, a good idea of what to expect, a balanced idea as well. It's not all rosy, and it's not, I don't know, how best can you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, that's the language that they use.
Yeah, I wanted to say it's not all rosy and it's not all like dark, or what is it that they say? I don't know.
Well, if it's not all rosy, then it's not that. So that's enough.
But it's not even how you can, there's nothing you can compare it to, like Myra said. We don't have something in the world that we can compare it to. So really it's kingdom. That's what I would say. It's real life. It's a real type of life. And if you want to not just develop yourself, if you don't just want to develop yourself, and if you don't just want to know who you are and go through, a very special and kingdom-minded kind of mentorship, but you also want to you want to serve. You want to serve God. You want to serve. You want to grow. You want to maximize yourself. You want to maximize.
You want
Christ
to be a personality. You want to be a hero to the world, not just to your family and just to the world. You want to be someone. I think this is a great opportunity to be that.
Yeah, because we're not going to be here forever, as you know. We are going to leave soon by the grace of God, so that we can get closer
to the next stage, to the next level.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So join us, and you can do that by sending an email to vip@godembassy.org, vip@godembassy.org. Also, you can, what is it I wanted to say? Oh, you can also join us remotely. So if you can't come here, you can't join on site, you can also help remotely. So if there's anything you feel like you have time you want to help with, serve, any skills you want to share, help us. We need help in so many different ways, so let us know.
Wow, we're getting the questions coming now, but we have to go because we need to get ready for the next program in 20 minutes. But we do appreciate you guys for joining us this evening. And Dr. Sunday will be back with Understanding and Knowing God Through Love. Amazing series.
Yeah.
And we can't wait for the next session in 20 minutes. So join us then.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Maybe we will do this some other time and we can ask. You can ask us more questions then. Yeah,
because this was more impromptu. Yes. Because, we were kind of warming the seats.
Yes. But Dr. Sunday is here now, so we'll see him in the next program. Don't panic, okay? Yes. Because I know some people are already panicking that he's not here, but he's here now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll probably come back. Yes. So thank you for joining.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.